guys, we have a brand new digital stamp release. This release includes some pumpkins, a pumpkin spice latte. You'll get a few different pumpkins in different poses, so they kind of look very cute together. Here I printed one out in the full size. I thought it'd be fun to make a really big card with just like half of this on the card and a sentiment. And then I thought we could do some paper piecing. So you could get these 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper at Michael's, I believe. I got this, a pack of random papers, and I just thought this pattern would be really cool. The stamp set also comes with a few sentiments. You plus coffee plus pumpkins equals happiness. We've got pumpkin spice everything, and you had me at pumpkin spice. You could trim these out. I printed these on my sheet. I printed 6 on a sheet. I think that is the perfect size to fit on one of the sentiment strips, one of your dies. So you could cut that out with the die or trim them out with your scissors or your paper trimmer. Here I printed out one of the images. I printed this one, 9 on a sheet, so you get a smaller size when you do that. Of course, you can just scale if you have a program like Word or you're using a special program. You can resize your images to any size you want. But if you don't, you can just print out multiples on a sheet, and that's how I do it to get different sizes. And then here I just printed out 6 on a sheet to get this size, and I think this is going to be perfect for my card. There's enough white space around here so you can actually trim this out and make a little note card. And here's another style of little pumpkin. The little stems are facing different ways, so they're going to look really cute together. And for these pumpkins, I just did an orange, a traditional orange, a green, and like an olive green for the stem there. And then I did the cup in a purple. So we're gonna color up one of these pumpkins for you today, and then I think I will paper piece this one and create a large card. I think this will be really fun. So I'll have the link down below to the digital stamp. You can download that and follow along with me today. You can use coupon code Jamie for 10% off your digital stamp. Okay, I think I'm going to do another pumpkin so I could have more pumpkins in my scene. And I really love this one here with the little branch that twirls around like that. So we'll go ahead and color this one up here. Now you can grab any orange combination that you wish and just do the same technique that I'm doing. The colors that I'm using today are orange, which is YR68, YR04, YR15, and Y17. So if you want to get 4 different shades, a darker, a mid-tone, these 2 will be my mid-tone, and then a highlight color. So I'm using the highlight color. It's like a yellowish color. It's called golden yellow, and that just gives it a golden tone to it. So I'm going to start off with the YR68, and then we'll blend that out with the YR04. Now I did make some lines in here to make it kind of look bumpy, and then we did some line texture at the end. So first I'm going to go underneath the leaf to give it a little shadow under there. And I'm just going to go right underneath there. And I just drank a lot of coffee, so I am getting a little jittery there, and I did get some on the leaf. But not to worry, we'll just use the 0 marker to clean that up. You can just take your 0 colorless blender and push out those mistakes. Okay, so for now I'm going to emphasize some of the lines. So this little line here, I'm going to drop that down like that, and same on this side over here. And then these lines up here, I'm going to drop that up, kind of bring it around, make it like a little bump, and go up like that. Maybe over here do one, and over here. We can do one down over here. Now let's take the YR04 and go over that line and bring it out quite a bit. And we'll just blend out that color. And then I like to go around and then just bring down those dips that we did. And go around my image here. Okay, so now let's get that YR15 and just go over the same thing, bring it out even more. So we're slowly closing in the gaps here. We're going to go over this twice. So each time we go over it, the white space will get smaller and smaller. So for our last color, get that yellow out, and I'm going to fill in the remaining. I really need to get some Copic refills. I feel my markers are getting drier and drier. So where are you guys getting your refills nowadays? I know that they are transitioning over to the new refills. Has anyone gotten those yet? Are they not out yet? Okay, so now you see the first pass doesn't look so hot. So don't worry. After the second one, it's going to get a lot better. So sometimes you want to give up and think, oh, my coloring doesn't look good. But if you do a second pass, that's when the magic happens. So let's get out our orange color, YR68. And I'm just going to go over what I did underneath this leaf here. Okay, so now we're going to do all our lines again. Okay, now we do the YR04 and we just do the same thing. Bring out that color, blend out the lines. Nothing precise, it's pretty messy that I'm doing it. So now we do YR15. Okay, we're going to just blend out those colors. Okay, this is where I'm closing in more of the gap. So I'm not leaving as much yellow this time. Okay, we're closing in. We'll leave a little bit of the yellow this time. Okay, now we're going to smooth it all out with this color. This is the Y17. Okay, so you can stop here if you want. That looks pretty cool. But we're going to do these little lines to give some texture. So I'm just going to take the YR68, which is the darkest, and I'm just going to flick little lines with the very light hand. Now I'm making the lines squiggly. They're not going to be super straight. Try to follow the lines that you've already done. So if they're curving, kind of curve your line. Do some from the bottom, flicking upward. And then we're going to smooth that out with the YR08. And you can make extra lines and go over the lines that you've done. So I'm just going up and down. And I'm going off the lines there. But I'm going to be cutting these out, so I'm not too worried. See, I'm just going up and down. Then YR15. Up and down. Here I'm just randomly going up and down, not really following any of the other lines. And then the Y17. This one you can use to smooth it out. And doesn't that look pretty? So let me erase some of my mistakes here. And if you can't get your mistakes to erase with the colorless blender, you could take a white Jelly Roll pen and just go over it to hide it. So for the green, I'm using 3 colors, so you can get any 3 colors that would blend well together. I have G09, G07, and G02. And at the end, I decided YG23 looks very nice over all of these. You'll see what I mean when we get to that. So this is G09. And I am just going to emphasize this dip inside the leaf. So it kind of looks like the leaf is coming out like that. And then I want the shadow emphasized like in the little indentions there, over here, over here. And then I will get out the G07 and just emphasize it a little bit more. And then our G02, this is where I'm going to blend out the line. So I will go over these multiple times, making sure these lines blend out. Okay, I'm going to leave a little bit of white space because I want to use that YG23. And then I'm just going to cover the whole thing. And I just love this color that it gives. It's really pretty. Now, I did get some orange in my leaf there, so I'm going to cover it up with the darkest green right here. and maybe emphasize those little shadows that I created that kind of got faded out a little bit. So we'll bring that back. Okay, so now for the little stem. I wanted to call it a handle. It's a stem. We're using YG97, YG95, and YG91. This is an olive color. And I start with my darkest. And I'm just going to put the darkest here so the shadow is behind the leaf. And then underneath the stem. So I'm going to do my darkest over here. So we will be going over the stem twice. This is the YG95. Now I'm just going to blend that out. And bring this color out a lot more because that YG91 is really light. Okay, so in this one you're going to have to really work at blending the two colors together. So what I like to do is just go over the first pass. And then when I get to my second pass, it's a lot easier to blend. So I'm not going to worry about it too much right now. We'll do our second pass. So this is the darkest. You can see how much darker it is when you go over it twice. Here's my mid-tone. And then the lightest color. And you can see how much easier it is to blend the second time around. There. So now for some finishing touches, I like to get out a white Jelly Roll pen, add some Jelly Roll detail. Now follow the curve of your pumpkin when you're making the highlight. So try to do a light hand. You can do some dots at the end. And then some on the leaf you can do. Emphasize this highlight here. Maybe up there. Whatever you feel like you need some extra highlighting. So maybe on the handle here, on these little bumps. Okay, so I think we're done with that. So I'll go ahead and cut these out with my brother's Scan and Cut, and then we'll put a card together. We're going to go ahead and put that card together on a separate video. Go ahead and hit the bell, that way you get notified when I upload my next video. We'll make these 2 super cute cards, and if you followed along with me today, you'll be ready to make those cards. Please subscribe, like, and share. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you real soon. Bye guys!